If you're a professional editor, you probably heard a lot of buzz about Autodesk Smoke leading up to NAB. Well, today Autodesk announced a revolutionary new version of Smoke. Born out of 2 decades of visual effects leadership, Smoke 2013 is connecting editing and effects like never before.
Today, Autodesk announced a new version of Smoke, completely new user interface, easier to use, accessible to everyone, and a new low price. It used to be around $15,000, now $34.95, so extremely exciting announcement. With the available much lower prices of video production, the Epic Red camera with billions of screens out there, mobile, web video, and so forth, there's all of a sudden this huge demand for high-end visual effects available to everyone.
A driving force behind the redesign of Smoke was to listen to professional editors and make the application for them. Editors who know Final Cut Pro and Avid will be able to sit down and start using Smoke in minutes. The real power of Smoke is that it connects Autodesk's renowned visual effects right into the nonlinear timeline. We spoke with industry influencers about their reactions to the all-new Smoke. Final Cut Pro 10 changed the industry. Tell me where are we a year later?
Wow. I think at this NAB, it is the crossroads for a lot of people looking at what the competition is doing. And I don't think anyone expected something like Smoke to come out like this. Walter and I don't always agree on everything, but on this, we're in full agreement. And giddy is the word that both of us independently use. Hear that? Yeah, it's really true. It is true.
Giddy. And he at least had a hint of what was coming. I didn't even see it till last Thursday, and my jaw literally hit the table, and I said, "Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?" So this is a beautiful example of a company actually listening. I think they said it well in the beginning. They talked to professional editors. What do you need? What's your biggest problem?
That's right.
And then there was no fanfare. We didn't hear anything about this for 3 years, and then suddenly this thing just drops in our lap, and it's like, wow, you really did listen. You took the time to create something that not only can we use, but it's easy to use. And if you know Final Cut Pro, if you know Premiere, if you know Avid, you can drop right into this thing and start using it.
It looks familiar.
Yeah.
It feels familiar. And you start using intuition. It should work like, it does work like that.
It does work like that.
And more importantly for me, as an indicator, is when you look at the flexibility of the interface layout, this is what we've been asking for. We want dynamic resizing and a multitude of layouts because every person approaches a creative job differently.
Right.
And it's all here. I'm stoked.
The person sitting next to me said this is the Holy Grail.
This is the Holy Grail. It's what we've been looking for at least a decade. We've been saying, like, we really want to be able to take compositing to the next level. We want to really expand on an amazing extensible foundation.
Right.
And it never came.
And we need good storytelling tools, first and foremost. And that's what blew me away when I saw this. I was like, oh my gosh, you took all that power that behind there with the effects and compositing and all of this, and you put a really nice storytelling tool on the front. If you use it for nothing else but just a storytelling tool,
Agreed.
It almost pays for itself.
Agreed. No mere mortal can master all the parts of the suite. The suites can't get much wider, and they can. I mean, it's like
another app and another app.
And here, you're looking at the reverse. You turn it all inward, put it in one program, and then actually move beyond track-based workflow. And that, for me, that's someplace to go. That's something almost aspirational for an individual artist that they can really raise the bar now.
And it runs on an iMac. It runs on a MacBook Pro. You don't need a top of the line Mac Pro to run it anymore. So it's definitely an entry-level system. I think if you're a one-man band, this is an amazing start to finish tool now. You can cut a documentary, you can cut commercials, cut everything.
Agreed.
If you're a bigger shop like mine, you can have a bunch of NLEs because this thing works with everything.
Absolutely right.
So I'm blown away. I mean, I did not see this coming.
Autodesk welcomed industry evangelist Evan Scheckman to talk about his impressions on the new Smoke. And special guest director Alfonso Cuarón talked about how visual effects enhances storytelling.
The important thing is the shot that is behind the technology, and the technology as a tool to achieve those shots. Filmmakers start seeing that there are these tools, and it's ridiculous, they're stupid not to use the tools, and not to explore with the tools.
Tell me your reactions to the new Smoke 2013.
The new interface or the changes that have been made looks really appealing. I've got some of my editors that were a little bit standoffish initially, but I think they're really going to like what they see when we get back home. And I've already signed up for the June trial. I've already texted back to one of my supervisors and told them about the new price, and we're all excited.
I was really impressed with what I saw today. The Connect Effects function alone is really worth the price of admission as far as I'm concerned. It's what we've been looking for and what we've been hoping for in Smoke for a long time. And as a Smoke on Mac user, it's going to be a really welcome addition to what my current tool arsenal is. The ability to move media back and forth between Smoke and my other tool set, all on a Mac-based system, has been really flexible in the past. And I think with this version of software, it's going to become much more flexible and even easier to do. So I'm really excited about that option.
As an offline guy who can kind of do some effects, I've always worked in layers forever, but many of us know that nodes are so much more powerful, we just don't know how to use them. So some of us will finally learn how to use nodes the right way. It looks like it's going to be almost a very easy and simple way to do some complex effects right there in the timeline. So that's nice. And since it looks like an editor that we have used, can use, source record monitors, kind of timeline, I see ripple and roll and the same icons that I've seen in other editors. I think it's going to make a lot of sense. The real question I have now, and today, a day of where no one wants to spend money and everybody's asked to do a million things, is it going to become, is Smoke 2013 going to mean editors doing a lot more effects or effects guys doing a lot more editing? So I think that's the big question mark that I'm waiting to see.
Check out Smoke 2013 and find out how it will revolutionize the way you approach editing and effects. Thanks for watching NAB 2012 on Area TV.